Hello, my name is Ryan Brewer, and this is Honors Theoretical Chemistry. I wanted to give you just take a second to introduce you to what we're going to be doing this year. Um, I'm your teacher, and we're going to be doing a series of labs and lectures and online simulations in order to help you learn about the molecular world around you. Um, what you see on the screen here is a outline of what we're going to be covering this year. You can see, and I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. Unit 1, we're talking about lab safety. We're talking about what is chemistry, some basic lab skills that we're going to be using throughout the year. Unit 2 is when we really talk more about the atom, the parts that make up the atom, protons, neutrons, electrons, what makes a charge on an atom to make it an ion. Unit 3, we're talking nuclear chemistry, zooming in on the nucleus, protons, neutrons, and some of the applications for nuclear chemistry, like um, uh, nuclear power plants and fusion that is the energy source for stars. And then we'll talk a little bit about radioactivity as well. Unit 4, periodic table. We're going to learn the trends on the periodic table, what information can we glean from it, and how do we understand the world around us with the way the periodic table is laid out. Unit 5 and 6, we're talking different types of compounds, ionic and covalent. What's the difference between those, and what makes them unique? And Unit 7, stoichiometry, we're going to hit the math kind of hard there. That's when we're learning about significant figures and amounts in a chemical reaction. If I've got some mass of reactant, how much mass of product will I make? You'll be able to do that calculation by the end of Unit 7. And then Unit 8, we'll have learned enough to start covering chemical reactions in depth. This is really what you think of a lot of times with chemistry, and so we'll introduce that with balancing in Unit 8. Unit 9 and 10 are types of chemical reactions. In fact, Unit 10 is included in Unit 10 is indicators, and that's what you see here. This is it's called a universal indicator, and it tells you whether something is an acid or a base. And so the way this started, it was an acid, and so it was kind of a reddish yellow color. And I've been slowly adding a base, sodium hydroxide, throughout, and so you've seen it kind of go through a change of a spectrum of colors. In fact, we can change it back to what it originally was if we add some acid back in there. And then since I'm still adding my sodium hydroxide, it should slowly go back to its green if it's neutral, and then blue and purple as it becomes basic. And then finally, Unit 10, or rather 11, we're going to be talking about gases and gas laws. And so that's the year. There's a lot to cover and a lot to know, and I'm really excited to meet you, and I'm excited that you're going to, learn all this stuff. I think it's really interesting, and you'll be able to understand the world around you a little better. I will see you soon.